Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Johar Namaskar. I, Bharat Jaiswal, Regional Director, ASSOCHAM, would like to welcome you all in today's webinar on leveraging technologies for MSME. स्वागत है आपका आज के इस वेबिनार में जहां हम बातें करेंगे देश के नवनिर्माण की. The MSME sector in India has emerged as the growth engine of economy with a vast network of around 6.33 crore enterprises, contributing 30% of the GDP and approximately 50% to the exports. The sector has been vulnerable by the pandemic, necessitating concentrated efforts to be combated. To stress and focus on revival of the sector is vital for Indian economy. Sectors that are emerged as opportunity are manufacturing and infrastructure. The manufacturing sector is spearheading growth recovery. The initiating of the government under the Atmanirbhar Abhiyan and Union Budget 2021-22 towards developing a vibrant manufacturing sector and infrastructure acknowledges the strong linkages. Shifting focus to technology and innovation is another area where many small size units are playing a significant role and gradually making their present fade. The time has come to leverage its application while at the same time strengthen the digital infrastructure. With approximately 1.2 billion wireless subscriber and 750 million internet subscriber, India is the second largest and one of the fastest growing market for digital consumers. As per digital capabilities improve and connectivity becomes omnipresent, technology innovation and tech-driven revolutions are poised to radically change Indian economy. They have the potential to raise the productivity of agriculture, manufacturing, and business, as well as improve delivery of public services, such as health and education. Taking this in consideration, ASSOCHAM is organizing today's webinar, where we have the pleasure of having senior representatives from the largest state chambers of Bihar, Jharkhand, and Chhattisgarh. With a deep sense of gratitude on behalf of ASSOCHAM, I would like to welcome Sri Ramlal Khaitan ji, President, Bihar Industry Association. Will be soon joining with us Sri Dheeraj Taneja ji, Vice President, Federation of Jharkhand Chamber of Commerce and Industry. We have with us, and we are honored to have with us, Sri K.S. Bedi ji, Vice President, Udyog Chamber of Chhattisgarh Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I would also like to welcome the team of Tally, which have been supporting MSME over the past 3 decades, and especially the difficult time of pandemic. They have recently launched MSME Honors also. The focus of today's program would be importance of MSME and their contribution to the growth of economy of the nation. Role of respective association to support MSME in each of the 3 states. Government measures to support MSME in each of the 3 states. How MSME are coping in the time of COVID-19 pandemic and role of technology in growth of MSME. I have every hope that today's discussion would be a fruitful one. Now to request and invite Mr. Pramit Pratim Ghosh ji, the moderator of today's session, to take it forward from here on. Over to you, Mr. Ghosh.
Thank you, Shri Bharat Jaiswal, for the wonderful introduction. देवी और सज्जनों, ladies and gentlemen, ASSOCHAM द्वारा आयोजित Knowledge Management Virtual Meet के इस सेशन में आप सभी का स्वागत है. I would like to start by first thanking ASSOCHAM for this wonderful opportunity where once again we at Tally Solutions have joined hands with them for the best interests of our beloved MSMEs. My name is Pramit. I am part of the digital marketing team at Tally Solutions, and it is my honor and privilege to be your moderator and MC for the evening. सूक्ष्म लघु और मध्यम उद्योग, जिसे हम MSME के नाम से जानते हैं, देश के सामाजिक तथा आर्थिक विकास में एक प्रमुख योगदान करता है. देश की जीडीपी और निर्यात में इसके योगदान के कारण इस क्षेत्र को महत्वपूर्ण स्थान मिला है और इस क्षेत्र ने विशेष रूप से भारत के छोटे शहरों और ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में उद्यमिता, विकास और रोजगार के संबंध में भी बहुत योगदान दिया है. So of course it is not a surprise that today we have all come here together to understand how technology can play a role in propelling the business growth of our beloved MSMEs. तो चलिए इसी के साथ आज का कार्यक्रम शुरू करते हैं। As Bharat ji mentioned, we are extremely honored to have with us esteemed panelists. And without any further ado, I would like to start the proceedings for today. Our first panelist, whom I would like to call up on the virtual stage, represents the Bihar Industries Association. Bihar Industries Association, established in 1943, has been the only apex body representing the industries and service sector of United Bihar till 2000, before the creation of the state of Jharkhand, post which it has represented the best interests of businesses across the state of Bihar. Its memberships comprises of large, medium, and small scale industries spread across the state. And the main objective of this association is to promote industrial development of the state by focusing attention on the state and central governments and other authorities. At this moment, this illustrious body is led by someone who is working for the greater good of the industries in Bihar, with a vision of creating an interface with the government to create value through better industrial climate. He was re-elected as the president of BIA for his exceptional work in entrepreneurial advancement. Under his leadership, BIA has been always endeavored to maintain harmonious relationships between labor and capital, and has undertaken initiatives of labor welfare and social services. With his guidance, BIA has conducted a diagnostic study of industrial units of Bihar districts with the help and support of the Department of Industries, Government of Bihar, and SIDBI. So, ladies and gentlemen, with a thunderous round of applause from wherever you are, let's call on to the virtual stage none other than Shri Ramlal Khaitan, President of Bihar Industries Association. Over to you, sir.
धन्यवाद। मैं एसोचैम को, भरत जायसवाल को धन्यवाद देता हूं कि वो एक ये अच्छा कार्यक्रम आयोजित कर रहे हैं और इसमें मुझे शामिल किया है। जो हमारा बिहार स्टेट है, ये मेरी नजर में भारत का सबसे पिछड़ा हुआ राज्य है औद्योगिक क्षेत्र के हिसाब से। जितनी यहाँ सहूलियतें हैं, जितने यहाँ स्कोप्स हैं, उस हिसाब से यहाँ इंडस्ट्रीज का डेवलपमेंट नहीं। उसका एक बहुत बड़ा कारण है, यहाँ जो भी सरकारें आई, उनकी ये प्राथमिकता नहीं रही कि यहाँ बहुत बड़े स्केल पर औद्योगिकरण हो। हर जगह पॉलिटिक्स और ब्यूरोक्रेसी का तालमेल नहीं है, उस कारण से यहाँ जो डेवलपमेंट होना चाहिए था वो नहीं हुआ। यहाँ हम जो हैं अभी भारत के, यहाँ बिहार में 10% आबादी बिहार में रहती है। यहाँ इतनी बड़ी खपत है कि हम एक कंज्यूमिंग स्टेट बन के रहते हैं, जबकि यहाँ का जो प्रोडक्ट है वो जाता है दूसरे राज्यों में और वहां से वो फिर बन करके फिर यहाँ बिकने को आता है। तो वो सारी चीजें का उत्पादन बिहार में हो सकता है। बिहार सरकार जो पॉलिसी बनाती है, बहुत अच्छी पॉलिसी बनाती है, फिर उस पर ये मंथन नहीं होता है कि इतनी अच्छी पॉलिसी के बाद भी यहाँ बाहर के लोग क्यों नहीं आए। हमारे यहाँ प्रस्ताव हजारों हजार लाखों करोड़ रुपए के प्रस्ताव आते हैं, लेकिन वो धरती पर नहीं उतरते। जो सरकार पॉलिसी बनाती है उसका पूरी तरह से इम्प्लीमेंटेशन नहीं करती। टाइम टू टाइम सरकार बदलती रहती है और वो पॉलिसियों में अपने हिसाब से बदलाव करते हैं, और जो बेनिफिट्स उन्होंने अनाउंसमेंट किए होते हैं उसके लिए यहाँ के उद्यमियों को कोर्ट का सहारा लेना पड़ता है, और कोर्ट से केस जीत जाने के बाद भी सरकार उस पर बहुत ध्यान नहीं देती है। अभी इन दिनों जो हमारे नए उद्योग मंत्री बिहार में आए हैं, सैयद शाहनवाज हुसैन जी, इनकी सोच अन्य लोगों की से अलग है। इन्होंने काफी अपने प्रयास किए हैं और इनके अपने अच्छे प्रभाव हैं पूरे भारत में। तो इन्होंने सब जगह से लोगों से मिल के बात करके यहाँ हर चीज की नई नई पॉलिसी बनाई है। अभी बिहार में सबसे बड़े स्केल पर इथेनॉल का काम होने जा रहा है। ये हिंदुस्तान का इथेनॉल का सबसे बड़ा हब होने जा रहा है। तो उसी तरह हर इस काम इंडस्ट्रीज का बहुत बड़ा स्कोप है काम करने का। कई प्रोडक्ट हैं यहाँ, और हमारे हिसाब से तो ऐसे हजारों प्रोडक्ट हैं जिनका यहाँ उद्योग लगाया जा सकता है, क्योंकि उनकी खपत है। और बिहार सरकार की जो पॉलिसी बनती है, प्राइस प्रेफरेंस पॉलिसी स्मॉल स्केल के लिए, उसका भी यहाँ पर सिर्फ कागज में ही बनता है, उसको किसी खरीद में उसके प्रायोरिटी नहीं मिलती। तो हमारा जो बिहार इंडस्ट्री एसोसिएशन है, ये लगातार सरकार के साथ संपर्क में रहता है। हम लोग उनको इस बात के सुनी जाती है, कुछ से ये शहनवाज हुसैन जी आए हैं, कुछ हम लोगों को उम्मीद ज्यादा बंधी है कि यहाँ कुछ अच्छा होगा। वो अभी यहाँ पर टेक्सटाइल पॉलिसी भी ला रहे हैं, वो लेदर पॉलिसी ला रहे हैं, उसमें काफी काम हो रहा है। तो हमें लगता है कि जो कमियां पीछे रह गई हैं वो अभी पूरी होंगी, और यहाँ का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर भी काफी पहले से डेवलप हो रहा है। लेकिन इन द होल ये हम माने कि बिहार अभी भी बहुत ज्यादा पिछड़ा है और यहाँ बहुत ज्यादा स्कोप है। तो मैं तो अन्य राज्य के लोगों से गुजारिश अपील करता हूँ कि वो यहाँ बिहार आए और बिहार में उद्योग लगाएं। जो भी सहायता सरकार से हमारी तरफ से होगी, हम आपको करने के लिए तैयार हैं। धन्यवाद।
Thank you so much, Ketan ji, for that message for all of us. Our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, represents the Chhattisgarh Chamber of Commerce and Industries, which was constituted way back in 1959. उन दिनों उनका नाम था रायपुर चेंबर ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्रीज, but then in 2000, after the creation of the state of Chhattisgarh, it assumed the position of a state level chamber, playing a pivotal role in solving issues faced by enterprises, liaising with state and central government departments, safeguarding the interests of trade, commerce, and industries, and promoting cultural literacy, social, educational, and sports activities across Chhattisgarh. Not to mention playing an active role in the promotion of trade and industries. In fact, many of you will be familiar with their monthly magazine called as Chhattisgarh Vyapar and Udyog Darshan, with which it aims to keep conversations around trade and industry alive on a regular basis. तो बुला लेते हैं हमारे अगले पैनलिस्ट को, who is a dynamic leader serving Udyog Chamber, acting as a bridge between the industry and the chamber for the development of the members, industries, as well as the state. His aim is to unite the trade and industry of the area and help them in solving their problems. He keeps himself involved to create solutions for industrial problems and for the benefits of the members. So, ladies and gentlemen, with a first round of virtual applause, let's call on to the stage here today, Shri Karamjit Singh Bedi ji, Vice President of the Chhattisgarh Chamber of Commerce and Industries. Over to you, sir.
नमस्कार सर, आप सभी भगतों को आवाज आ रही है मेरी? हेलो?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
आप सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, भरत जायसवाल जी, सदाम सिंह जी, और आपने जो अभी मुझे ये मौका दिया। और हमारे यहाँ पे लघु उद्योग की बहुत बड़ी संभावनाएं हैं, हमारी अच्छी ग्रोथ है हमारे छत्तीसगढ़ में, और बहुत सारे उद्योग आ भी रहे हैं। और यहाँ का एटमॉस्फेयर जो है, पब्लिक एटमॉस्फेयर और राजनीतिक एटमॉस्फेयर भी काफी सपोर्टिंग है। यहाँ पे फूड इंडस्ट्री, अदर इंडस्ट्रीज, यहाँ पे कोर सेक्टर्स और कई मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिटें भी आ रही हैं, और इस यहाँ पे काफी इंडस्ट्रियल ऑप्शंस बहुत हैं। और सरकारों से हमारा जो चैम्बर है, हम लोग लगातार उद्योग चैम्बर के थ्रू हम इनसे, हेलो आवाज आ रही है सर? हेलो, थोड़ा सा नेट की प्रॉब्लम आ रही है यहाँ पे।
हाँ सर,
आवाज आ रही है सर, आवाज आ रही है।
प्लीज गो अहेड, प्लीज कंटिन्यू। या
हमारे देखिए, लघु उद्योग रीढ़ की हड्डी है। किसी भी बिहार के भाई साहब से बात हो रही थी, और ये प्रयास रहता है कि धरातल पे हो काम, और काम हो भी रहा है। जितनी भी सरकारें आ रही है पूरी सपोर्टिंग है एमएसएमई के लिए। हमारे सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की बहुत सारी स्कीमें हैं, बहुत सारी वो है। और इस कोविड काल, इस महामारी में भी हमारे को काफी सरकारों ने सपोर्ट किया। और ऐसा कहीं मतलब अपने को छत्तीसगढ़ या कहीं नहीं, अभी जो अपने को लघु उद्योगों को बढ़ावा देने के लिए हमारे सारे सरकारें जो काम कर रही है, सब अभी जो कागज में काम हो रहा है उसको एकल प्रणाली के लिए जो हम लोग बोल रहे हैं कि एकल खिड़की प्रणाली, वो व्यवहारिक हो ही नहीं पा रही है। उद्योगों को आज उद्योगपति उतना जो लघु उद्योगपति है और कुटीर उद्योग जो चला रहे हैं, आज उनको फिर भी आज जैसे जीएसटी का एक मामला है, तो जीएसटी में आपको पहले आप बोलते सब डिजिटलाइजेशन हो ना, वो डिजिटलाइजेशन में आप कर रहे हैं, उसके बाद बोलते हैं कि आप उसकी पूरी कॉपी फोटो कॉपी करो, स्कैन करो, फिर जमा करो और पूरी फाइलें फिर जमा करो। तो जब आपने स्कैन कर दिया तो उसी चीजों को बार बार क्यों करना? कई ऐसी समस्याएं हैं, हम लोग बार बार उनसे सरकारों से यही करते रहते, प्रयास करते रहते कि एक पुल बने रहे, ये सब चीजें खत्म करे। कम से कम उद्योगपति उद्योग चलाएगा, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करेगा कि आपके पास एक पेपरबाजी कार्रवाई करते रहेगा। ये कई समस्याएं हमारे उद्योगपति साथियों को आती रहती है, तो हम लोग उसमें बीच में कार्य करते रहते हैं कि ये सब समस्याएं ना आए। सरकारों से बार बार हम लोग, जो भी हमारे उद्योग मंत्री है, जो भी हमारे हैं, तो हमारे जो उद्योग चैम्बर के हमारे प्रेसिडेंट श्री अमर परवानी जी, वो लगे रहते हैं कि प्रयास करते रहते हैं कि अच्छा माहौल बने। छत्तीसगढ़ में बहुत सारे उद्योग बाहर से भी आ रहे हैं और बहुत यहाँ के उद्योगपति भी काफी खुशहाल है। मतलब समस्याएं थोड़ी थोड़ी तो सब सारी जगह है। सरकारों को एक्चुअल में है अपने जो चैम्बर अपना रोल जो निभाता है, कोई भी एसोसिएशन अपने प्रदेश की जो रोल निभाती है, हमको सेंट्रल तक उस बातों को लेके जाना पड़ता है। अगर वो बातें अगर सही तरीके से सही मंच पे सही टेबल पे रखी जाएंगी तो उसमें कार्य होते हैं। और ये तो अभी हम तो मैक्सिमम रोजगार दे रहे हैं, मैक्सिमम हम लोग उत्पादन करें, जीडीपी पे हमारा सबसे बड़ा रोल है लघु उद्योग का। तो सरकारें भी सपोर्ट करने को प्रयासरत हैं, लेकिन सही बातें सही चीजें अगर हमारे उनके सही माध्यम से पहुंच जाए तो उसका कार्य होता है। जी धन्यवाद। हेलो। और रही बात टेक्नोलॉजी की, तो टेक्नोलॉजी अपग्रेडेशन तो रहेगा ही। टेक्नोलॉजी अपग्रेडेशन का कई डिमेरिट्स भी हो रहे हैं। अभी बहुत परेशान है कि सीए के पास जाना है, उसके पास जाना है, पेपरबाजी में काफी समय खराब हो रहा है। लघु उद्योगपतियों का पेपर में वर्क जो है वो कम हो जाना चाहिए। जब आप हमको आज इंस्पेक्टर राज नहीं फैसिलिटेटर चाहिए। जो सरकार हमें जो भी अभी जितने भी डिपार्टमेंट है अभी जो भी खाली हो गए हैं, चाहे एक्साइज डिपार्टमेंट, सब हमारे को जीएसटी है उसके गाइड करने के लिए फैसिलिटेटर अवेलेबल कराए। आज जो भी कई पेपर्स ऐसे जमा करते हैं सारे छोटे छोटे उद्योगपति बहुत ही परेशान है, इनको सही टाइम पे सारे कार्य नहीं हो रहे, कई चीजें नहीं हो रही हैं। इन चीजों का सारी चीजों का ध्यान रखना ही एक अपने आप में वो हल।
हाँ जी सर, आवाज आ रही है, यू कैन कंटिन्यू।
जी जी। तो बाकी तो ये आप एसोचैम ने हमें जो आज इस बुलाया, इस मंच दिया हमें, ये बहुत धन्यवाद मैं सभी का करता हूँ। और अगर ऐसे हमारे लिए कोई भी कुछ हो और आप किसी को कोई क्वेश्चनरी है कि हमारे छत्तीसगढ़ में कुछ ऐसा कुछ करना है नया कुछ, तो हमारी सरकारें जो है अभी गवर्नमेंट, छत्तीसगढ़ गवर्नमेंट बहुत अच्छा सहयोग कर रही है। उद्योग नीति में भी कई चीजों का बदलाव किया, सारे हमारे चैम्बर के कहने से ही जो मैक्सिमम बदलाव हुए। हमने जमीनों का भी बोला कि जमीनों का रेट कम करिए आप, उद्योगों की जमीनें बहुत रेट बहुत 1200 गुना बढ़ा चुकी थी लास्ट गवर्नमेंट में। 3,20,000 रुपए एकड़ की जमीन उन्होंने सीधा 40 लाख रुपए एकड़ कर दी थी। अभी निवेदन करके हमने इसको भी 30% डिस्काउंट करवाया। कई चीजें अभी संभावनाएं तो काफी है, अभी उद्योग नीति काफी अच्छी आई हुई है, आप लोग नेट में भी देख सकते हैं। जी धन्यवाद आप सभी का आभार, जब वो सब लोग आए मेरी बातें सुनी, धन्यवाद, नमस्कार।
Thank you so much, Shri Karanjit Singh Bedi ji, for that wonderful message for all of us. Our next panelist is Shri Dheeraj Taneja, but I think he has not been able to join us at this particular moment. So maybe sometime during the session later, if he joins us, we will be obviously honored to call him up to share what message he brings from on behalf of Jharkhand. So in the meanwhile, I think I'll move on to our next panelist, someone who has spent 16 years at Tally and has held several positions of responsibility in his illustrious tenure. So without further ado, of course, I'm hoping all of us have heard the name of Tally in one way or the other. serving the best interests of MSMEs for the last 3 decades. We have about more than 2 million customers spread across more than 100 countries, serviced by a network of more than 28,000 partners. So the person I'm going to call up right now is none other than our zonal head of the East Zone at Tally Solutions, handing over the virtual stage to Shri Sudipto Dotto.
Thanks, Pramit. Thank you so much. A very good afternoon to all of you. Sri Bharat Jaswalji, Regional Director, ASSOCHAM Ranchi Regional Office. Sri Ramlal Khetanji, President, Bihar Industries Association. Sri K.S. Bedi, Vice President, Chhattisgarh Chamber of Commerce. Of course, my colleague, Mohammad Atiq, and Sri Pramit Pitam Ghosh, and all the members of the associations. Very good afternoon once again, and hope all of you are safe and healthy. Technology is the driving force behind every business, and without it, it's nearly impossible to conduct our day-to-day operations. Every single business today realizes that there is no respite without digital adoption. The ones who miss the bus are sure shot to either perish or 100% experience a sluggish growth, slowly and gradually. While it sounds very simple for the bigger organization, but please remember that it always remained a challenge for comparatively smaller organizations. Businesses across the world, irrespective of their size and shape, realized that adoption of right technology can help them to manage 3 main ingredients of a business, which all of us know. Men, money, material. In case of service industry, it will be services, better. It's nice to see that even MSMEs have realized that, and things have started changing, and changing at a very high pace. I'm sure that all of us would agree that more and more transactions are happening online than offline today. Businesses are making payments to their suppliers online. Businesses do prefer receiving payments from their customers online. Task like bank reconciliation was never so easy, and it is taking just a couple of minutes now if done online, which used to take hours before. Businesses realized that adoption of technology increases efficiency and brings speed, everything needed in doing business. Today we see businesses do purchase raw materials online, sell and serve their customers online, share invoices online, allow principal company to check the stock online, and that helps the principal company to replenish it absolutely on time, and many more. Businesses do realize that speed drives the growth, and speed can come if we are really working in a connected environment. And friends, we are actually moving towards connected world. Our experience while working with last more than 3.5 decades with MSME identified mainly 3 challenges as far as the adoption of technology in MSMEs are concerned. Number 1, lack of trust on technology, which precisely I would say security. Bhai, mera data kahan jayega? Sometimes, okay, people are also thinking, okay, why should I shift from my legacy systems? So there is an intent issue also sometimes. Okay, people are not really very comfortable, okay, to switch over from the legacy system to the digital platform. Lack of innovation is the second barrier. Knowledge gap and skill gap, which always remained a very big issue while we are talking about small and medium enterprises. We all know that people are always resistant to change. Any change is difficult for us. So the businesses. In such scenario, change is possible only 2 ways. 1, when there is no other better alternative options available. then people will be forced to adopt something new. But please mind it that it is something which is externally driven. The second thing is, if the offered technology is very simple, very flexible, and it is reliable enough, that can actually push the people to explore something new. And at Tally, we strongly believe in the second statement. We believe if technology is simple enough for businesses to understand and adopt, technology is flexible enough to adapt to changing business needs, technology is reliable enough to give comfort and peace of mind, people will certainly adopt. We believe velocity of money is the key to driving economic growth of the world. We are continuously building technologies that simplify commerce and make it easier and faster for the people to transact, thereby increasing the velocity of money. This ensures that more values gets added, more value gets demanded, and more is spent and more is earned. Tally remained committed to support its customer to ensure business continuity even in this ragging pandemic, which is there almost for last 1.5 years, and still it is not over. It's still continuing. And we supported the business many ways. Number one, offered 30 days free trial of the flagship product Tally ERP9 or Tally Prime. Extended Tally software subscription validity for 30 days for existing customers. Continuously conducting one-to-many digital sessions for the existing customers to make them aware what is there for them in the latest release and what all are the benefits which they can get out of this new release of Tally. Enabling the partners to stay connected with the customers digitally and provide them all-round supports to ensure business continuity. Just like previous many years, this year also Tally celebrated International MSME Day. And this year, we launched our first MSME Honors program to recognize the MSME who brought real changes through their best practices at the grassroots level. The intent was to make this an inclusive recognition to ensure that the real impact makers across the tiers of cities, segments, and the unsung heroes driving the economy are celebrated. Thank you so much. I'm extremely happy to be the part of this virtual meet. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shri Sudipta Datta, for sharing that inspirational message with all of us and throwing light on how Tally indeed has been playing a huge role in taking technology to small businesses, medium businesses, and helping them to take the next step. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we have finally come to that part of the program for which we have all been waiting with bated breath, which is the technical presentation. And to conduct the technical presentation for all of you, I would like to call up someone who has spent 18 years at Tally. He has a reputation as a product champion in the company. And not just that, he's also the state head and RSM of Bihar at Tally Solutions. So without further ado, let me call upon the virtual stage my honorable colleague, Shri Mohammad Atiq sir. Over to you, Atiq sir, for the presentation. And while he's also prepping up the PPT that he's going to take you through, I would also like to just request everyone, I'm sure you will have a lot of questions about whatever presentation you're going to see right now. So I'll request everyone to please put your questions on the questions and answers panel so that at the end of the presentation, we will take a look at the questions and we will try our best to answer as many questions as we can. Over to you, Atiq sir.
Thank you, Pratik. Namaskar. Good evening, all. Let's understand how to become future ready by leveraging technology towards business growth. So today's presentation, we will understand this in detail. A recent survey indicates that around 70% of MSME are still offline. It's obvious that technology is required. Before I continue, can someone confirm you're able to hear me? And
No, sir,
screen is
you are audible. Atik, sir.
Audible.
Yes, you're audible, Atik, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So it's obvious that technology is required for survival. Besides, it also helps to be competitive in the market and also support our growth. We all know that managing finance is super critical because money saved is equivalent to money earned. We should be prepared to adopt technology for our business, which includes obviously digital technology. Now, let's discuss about how we can manage finance by leveraging technology. We can take control of our business by taking care of the following 3 C's. 1, cash flow management, cost optimization. Third one is choosing the right technology. Moving on, let's discuss about receivables and payable management. When it comes to receivables, we should be able to define the default credit period, which is unique for our customer. Now, why is this important? When I define the credit period, my overdue bills for that particular customer needs to get calculated. Also, I should be able to define the credit limit for a given party on the basis of the payment performance of the party. Somebody has a capacity to pay on time, so I will decide a different credit limit. Somebody has limitation is making payment, so I will decide a different credit limit for the other party. So as per the management's decision, we should be in a position to define the required credit limit for different parties. Of course, if required, we should be able to override this with proper authorization. So these are the requirements when it comes to managing receivables and payables. On the screen, you can see while creating a ledger, I have an option to define the credit days for this particular party. As I mentioned earlier, based on this example of 7 days, Tally will track the overdue bills for a given customer. Also, I'll be able to define the value or the credit limit for this given party. Thereby, the validation happens each and every time when a fresh transaction or an invoice is generated for this particular party. Let's see on the screen. In this example, I am trying to generate a sales invoice. You can see that Tally Prime is giving me a caution message saying that this particular customer is having overdue bills. Thereby, I can take the appropriate option whether to continue generating bill for this party or I can stop generating invoice till the previous overdue is cleared. Similarly, the credit limit that has been defined for this party is also validated, and Tally gives me a caution saying that, look, this particular party has exceeded his credit limit. Would you like to continue? Then the management or the organization can decide whether to continue or stop the transaction. So Tally acts as a key software to give this alert to help the management in preventing generation of invoice for a party who's either having an overdue bill or he's already exceeded his credit limit. Moving on, leveraging bill-wise details. When it comes to leveraging bill-wise details, normally there are situations where besides our business transactions, there are several non-business transactions also for which we are expected to track the bills. For example, it could be our business loans for which we are paying our repayments, or there are some salary advance to the staff which we need to track, or there could be situation where the bills have come from a logistics company or courier company for which I need to settle. In any which ways, I need to track these bill-wise details also. Besides business transaction, for non-business transaction also, I am expected to manage my bill-wise details. Now, why is this super critical? It is very important to track the margins because this has a direct impact on the return on investment. Similarly, we need to track interest on the overdue receivables. Now, on the screen, you can see Tally is showing me ledger-wise interest details. What is the interest I am supposed to collect from these parties because these parties have overdue bills, outstandings towards our payments. Now, coming to cash projections. Cash projections, we'll discuss this in detail. With proper bill-wise management and also by recording provisional transactions, we could generate accurate cash projections. Here you can see on Tally, monthly cash projection is displayed. Cash flow projection is displayed. Of course, this gives the breakup of the cash balance, the bank balance, of course, the overall receivable and payable position. Thereby, I can understand what is the net balance for each of this month. So, from management perspective, before I commit for incurring any expenditure or any investment, what is going to be the cash flow for the next 6 months or a given period, I'll be able to understand with this report and make decisions accordingly. Also, in case I want to know the details of any of this element, for example, I want to know the breakup of cash and bank payable. I can keep the cursor over there and with a click of the button, I'll be able to get to know the complete details of that. So such is the facility provided by Tally. It gives you the information at a click of a button. Okay, now let's move on. Let's discuss about yet another important lifeline of any business organization, which is optimizing inventory. Now, why is optimizing inventory very critical? Because working capital is locked in the inventory. So for any organization, they would like to ensure that they don't want to lock up their working capital in the form of inventory. So thereby they want to maintain the inventory. At the same time, that inventory should not kind of, affect their working capital. Now, when it comes to optimizing inventory, there are certain key questions normally any organization would have. They want to know, how can I track my fast moving, slow moving, non-moving inventory so that they can take appropriate actions based on that. Similarly, how can I find product wise profitability or let's say invoice wise profitability, and at the same time, how can I honor within the timelines my commitments to my customer. So customers have given me orders, which are my sales order. And of course, those sales order have timelines and the quantity along with the products. So how do I ensure that I maintain the stocks, or I procure the stocks, or I manufacture those goods and supply to my customers within the timelines? Thereby, each and every time I am able to honor all the sales order that is committed to my customers. Also, how do I ensure the critical inventory? There could be different order levels I need to define, reorder levels, minimum order levels, the just-in-time stock which I need for my critical operations. So all this I'll be able to manage. I should be able to manage. Only then my goal of optimizing inventory could be met. Now let's understand how software helps in getting these reports. On the screen you can see Tally Prime provides me a report in which I am able to get product-wise margins, which means that against each and every product, what is the gross profit value and the percentage. It gives me the information at the click of the button. Thereby, in case I want to discontinue or I want to add a new product in my business line, I can understand which is fetching me how much percentage of gross profit margin. Thereby, I'll be able to decide. Let's say, for example, I am operating from few stores or few locations against location A and B, which product is profitable, and thereby whether I need to continue, I need to invest in that product. These kind of managerial decisions I'll be able to take based on these reports. Similarly, for any given party or multiple parties, when different invoices are generated, for each given invoice, what is been my margin position? So invoice wise margin positions I will be able to see from this particular report. Similarly, Tally Prime also provides me a reorder status report. Thereby, for all products, considering key parameters, starting from closing stock, considering purchase order pending, sales order due, what is my net available stock? At the same time, what is the shortfall? And thereby, what is the order I am supposed to place? it gives me the complete transparent information at the click of the button. Thereby, within timelines, I will be able to take appropriate decision and place the order and ensure that I do not lose out on my commitments with my particular customers. Clear, sir? Okay, now let's move on. Here, I would like to introduce Tally Prime to you. Tally Prime was introduced or launched during November 2020. So Tally Prime was launched during November 2020. Tally Prime is a brand new business management software from Tally Solutions. And you must be wondering, what is Tally ERP9 and what is Tally Prime? Let me tell you, Tally Prime is a successor of Tally ERP9. In case you are using Tally ERP9, Tally Prime would be an upgrade or a higher version compared to Tally. So we can call Tally Prime as a successor of Tally ERP9. Tally Prime has powerful connected capabilities which will greatly simplify your business operations. And now here I would like to add one point. Already Tally Prime was supporting generation of e-invoices for businesses for whom e-invoices are applicable. With the launch of release 2.0 in Tally Prime, I am glad to mention that Tally Prime today also supports e-way bill generation. E-way bill generation is also possible from Tally Prime today. Now, what is unique about e-way bill generation from Tally? We'll try to understand. Before that, a quick explanation about the process. I try to make an invoice from Tally. After providing the information, I also enter the required data for GST perspective. Once I enter this information, I get connected to NIC portal, and NIC portal validates the details, and with the click of the button, e-way bill gets generated. So it's as simple as this. So I generate an invoice, I provide GST data, I connect to NIC portal, it validates, and my e-way bill gets generated. Now here, I just want to add one unique point with Tally Prime. Tally Prime does not require the user to log into NIC portal separately. It manages from a single platform within Tally Prime. In the backend, it gets connected to NIC, it validates the details. So from the sales invoice along with the GST details, after validation, your e-way bill is ready. So this e-way bill is complete and compliant as per the statutory requirements. Moving on, Tally Prime also supports validation of GST and HSN code. Now let's understand how does this work. Now let's say I have received a new party, or I need to transact business with a new supplier. I am trying to create a ledger in Tally. While creating the ledger name, I would have obviously entered the GST number given by that particular party. Now I need to validate the GSTN number to ensure that the party information or the supplier information or the customer information is correct. Once after entering the GST number, I can get connected to the NIC portal, and it will validate automatically the GSTN details and fetch the required information within Tally itself. Again, as a user, you don't have to log into multiple sites or NIC portal separately. All these operations happen from single platform Tally Prime itself. So thereby, once the information is fetched, you are 100% confirmed that the details of this particular ledger as given to you vis-a-vis the information as fetched by the portal is matching, and so we are confident that this party and the information are genuine, and confidently we can proceed with our purchase transaction. Clear, sir? Okay, now moving on, let's also try to understand few other advantages of Tally Prime. Tally Prime is much more simpler to use and will help you to take greater advantage of the software for your business requirements. Let me give an example. Here we are talking about reports. Now normally what happens, different users will have different preference when it comes to viewing reports. How does this work? Let's try to understand with an example. Here I have opened or accessed bills receivable report. Now let's say my choice of accessing this bills receivable report is such that I would like to view along with the time interval of 15 days. For every 15 days, I would like to know the breakup of my bills receivable. Now, let's say my colleague does not have the same requirement. So only I am as a user going to use this particular option or this model of report. So how do I always ensure that whenever I open bills receivable, I get bills receivable as per my preferred configuration? I can click the save report. I have an option to click this report so that I can save view. And once I click this save view over here, Tally provides an option to define a name, unique name for this particular report, so that I will be able to identify this report with the unique name and then proceed in such a way that by clicking the go to feature available in Tally Prime, the unique report of my choice as defined by me is also available along with the default reports. So obviously this will save the time and effort of configuring each and every report separately. Once I define the choice of my view, it is fixed and always it is available. Now, alternatively, in case you want to make this as a default view, you can configure this also. So Tally Prime provides such a facility to have the default view definition also. So a report of my choice, I have configured, I have saved this particular view, I have given a name to this view, and this comes to be displayed along with other default reports quickly with a click of the button from the home page of Tally Prime. I can click go to menu. I can find this particular report and access that report instantly. So obviously that saves my time and effort. Isn't that cool feature? Okay, now let's move on. What other feature Tally Prime supports? Tally also provides a facility where you can access your data on the move. How does this work? Now let's say you are outside your office. Now your data is located in Tally, which is operating at your office. For some urgent work, you want to access the data which is available in your Tally at office. However, you are outside the office. You would like to access the data immediately. You don't want any screenshot or you don't want any backup to be restored. Almost you want to see the live data wherever you are. If that is your requirement, Tally Prime has a solution. So Tally has introduced an option where you can access the reports on browser. Now, when I talk about browser, obviously the browser facility would be supported from multiple devices, not only from laptop, desktop, it also supports obviously from tablet, mobile devices, so on. So we are happy to present Tally reports on using browser from multiple devices also. Now let's understand with an example. Here you can see I am using a mobile device. I am logging to Tally Solutions portal. I am trying to enter my credentials. Once I enter my credentials, automatically all the company data in which they have provided the security access to access the data would be displayed. So I can select the required company. There could be more than one company in which they have given me an access to access the data, check the report, so on. So I'll select the required company from this particular screen, and all the key reports of that particular company would be available instantly on your mobile device. Here you can see different key reports are available, which I am accessing from a mobile device. Once whatever is the report I want to see, let's say I would like to understand balance sheet details. I'll click the balance sheet details. All the information of balance sheet would be available. Now let's say, for example, I want to view it either vertically or horizontally. I could view this vertically or horizontally, irrespective or whichever way you would like to access this report. The report gets resized to fit on different screen sizes to give an optimal user experience. So thereby you can access various important information even when you are on the go outside the office using the mobile devices. So these are some of the enhancements introduced in Tally Prime. Now, in case you are interested to move to Tally Prime, how do I move to Tally Prime release 2.0? Now, let's say, for example, you are already user of Tally. Now, there could be two options. One, already your TSS is valid. Then you can immediately move to Tally Prime release 2.0. in case your subscription is expired, you can renew your subscription and move to Tally Prime 2.2 immediately. And once you renew your subscription, all the connected services and upcoming releases would remain free up to 1 year for you. And to know more information, you can make a note of my colleague details displayed on the screen. You can note down their name, email ID, phone number, and you can get connected with them for further information. And any questions you have, you can please ask.
Thank you so much, Atik sir, for that lovely presentation on Tally Prime, the latest release of Tally Prime, which is Tally Prime 2.0, and for taking us through all the wonderful features that it has to help businesses make their business better, become more efficient in doing whatever it is that they are doing, be it accounting or inventory or staying GST compliant. Most notably, an automatic e-way bill generation facility, which I'm sure everybody has been waiting for a very, very long time. So as Shri Atik mentioned, I would now open the stage for any kind of questions that you have about the product. There is a question and answers panel here. You can just type in your questions there and we'll try to accommodate as many questions as we can. And also you can see at the screen, the numbers are there for your reference for all the 3 states. So if any of you are planning to try out Tally Prime or are already using Tally Prime, but you need help with any kind of a query or any kind of support, please do reach out to these numbers that you see on the screen right now. So great. I think with that, we have come to the end of today's session. I will now hand over the control back to the Regional Director of ASSOCHAM, Bharatji, who has been a great host as usual. Over to you, Bharatji. Thanks. And again, happy to be here, part of this program.
Thank you, Pratimji. It's such a wonderful moderation which you have done. With a deep sense of gratitude on behalf of ASSOCHAM, I would like to thank each one of you, especially Sri Ram Kedalji, he's not with us, but he has left for because he has certain engagements. Dheeraj Chaneja ji has also sent his regards to the entire team, and he also mentioned that he's very sorry that he's not able to attend. Sri K.S. Bedi ji for taking time from his busy schedule. Also, I would like to thank the entire team of Tally, especially Sri Mohammad Atik ji for a wonderful presentation which he has said. And special thanks to Sri Sudipta Datta ji. Sir, your presence and your gracious presence to the program is a great value to all of us. And we look forward to a continued support with Tally in future also, in our future endeavor. So with a deep sense of gratitude on behalf of ASSOCHAM, I would like to thank each one of the delegates who have participated from the various part of the country, especially Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh. I would also like to tell that we are doing an MSME survey where we'll be sharing the forms with them for the benefit of the overall. And we as a responsible chamber is always working hand in hand with industry for the betterment of the society. Thank you very much, sir. It's a pleasure talking to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Namaste.